Years ago, while still being debriefed by the FBI and testifying in a dozen mob trials, Henry Hill used to say that if he lived long enough on the lam, he would someday write a cookbook. The FBI agents, marshals, and prosecutors all laughed. I laughed too. He fooled us all.
I could have cursed?
Yeah, sure.
I try to keep it simple. Italian cooking is not difficult.
No.
You know?
When you said, I'm going to cook, what did all the wise guys say when you're like, I'm going to do the cooking?
Yeah, Irish, but in a cook.
Now, did you cut the garlic with a razor blade, or how'd you cut it this time?
Nah, I use a knife.
Paulie did the prep work. He was doing a year for contempt, and he had this wonderful system for doing the garlic. He used a razor, and he used to slice it so thin that it used to liquefy in the pan with just a little oil. It's a very good system.
Prison was never hard for wise guys. They had their own wing, their own pots and pans and stoves, fresh supply of produce, lobster, veal, steak, and wine.
That's good. Every night.
Did you intentionally blow your cover? Or were you just, like, how'd that happen?
I didn't blow my cover. It's just, let's it. I mean, my name is Henry, and it ain't the stupid name they gave me. Mm-hmm. You know, Martin Lewis or whatever, or Martin Todd. This is a funny one. This is Henry the Rat, looking at it from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
When did you paint that?
I did quite a few of them. This is one of my favorites, Lufthansa.
What's this one?
Oh, burying Billy Bats.
That's, yeah. Take a moment, look at that picture, and go, that's a guy that's dead now.
Well, this is the time.
After the Lufthansa thing,
well, they start killing everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, every time they find a couple of bodies or a body in a dumpster or, pieces of a body, the feds will come to me, Henry, you're next. You're going to be next. Until they finally played a tape for me. I wouldn't believe it. It was Jimmy talking to Paulie. Mm-hmm.
And you hadn't flipped by this point, right?
No. I didn't. I'd have put a gun in my mouth and blew my brains out before I ever would have even entertained it to it, flipping. Yeah. But.
So what did the tape say?
Take care of him, whack him.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Do you ever regret turning everybody in?
In the beginning I did. In the beginning I did. They told me all I had to do was testify in one case, and that's all they were interested in, Lufthansa robbery. But it was opening a can of worms. That was the lowest thing in the world to be as a rat,
Yeah.
And, but I'll tell you what, when they come after your family, everything holy to you.
Yep. You got to do it.
What are you going to do? You see that die. First of all, it took me like 10 years to forgive myself for what I did.
Yeah.
For being a rat.
How did you come to terms with that, forgiving yourself? How does one go through that process?
I went to psychiatrists. I'd sit with them for, 15 minutes. I said, you know what, stop. You don't got to pay me $400 an hour. Get There's no more, honest to God.
Do you ever miss it? And I know it's a weird question.
No.
Not at all? No?
I feel so grateful that I was able to get out of it alive, because I come really close. After the Lufthansa robbery.
Yeah. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. It was still a Guinness Book of Records. It is.
Do you have moments you just think about those days?
I try not to. If I see it on TV, I see something run on TV. I watch The Sopranos or one of them stupid shows. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that I was part of that at one time. Honest to God.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
It does. Because I don't live that way today.
Take care, my friend.
Help yourself.
Okay.
You want me to serve you too?
No, you don't.